If we want to update our viewers, this happened tonight outside.
This is a Fox News alert. I'm Kelly Wright in New York. We're focusing on Las Vegas, where Las Vegas police at this hour are responding to reports of at least one active shooter near the Mandalay Bay Casino. There are reports there may be more than one shooter. The entire situation causing complete chaos along the Strip. A barrage of gunfire heard, people screaming, fleeing the scene. Police have locked down the entire Strip. People are sheltering in place. Hospitals have reported multiple people with gunshot wounds, but so far no word on the exact number of people injured or the extent of those injuries, although we've heard from witnesses who describe some serious injuries, possibly even fatalities. The shooting started during a concert at the Route 91 Vegas Strip. We go now to Adam Housley, who's live there with more details. Adam.
Yeah, Kelly, we're just off the Strip. In fact, you can hear the sirens. The Strip is basically one block behind me. We're on Reno Street, which is inside the actual crime scene area. We're obviously back from police officers who are going around right now with long guns pulled and everything. Brenton Brown is here. He was actually working security at the concert tonight, the country concert. Tell me what you heard. I know you've helped some of the victims out.
Well, we were basically by the VIP stage tent, where it's pretty much on the right-hand side of the stage. We started hearing something that we thought was at first fireworks, but then it was more and more a rapid succession. Once the crowd got quiet, we started noticing that it was actually gunshots, and it was just multiple gunshots. People were hitting the floor, people were running. Myself and a few of my other partners, we were trying to help people keep low instead of standing up while the firing was going on. One gentleman, unfortunately, happened to get shot by me, myself, and two of the patrons that he was with helped carry him to EMT and EMS. He was out, and myself and a few other security guards, some other civilians, we all gave hands helping transport bodies. There was a lot of people that were shot, unfortunately. It just sucks that something like this would happen in such a peaceful event.
Brenton, who you guys don't know, he's former Special Forces with the Marines. You were working security tonight. You obviously have familiarity with this. We've heard all these different reports in situations like this, when you have a fluid situation like this, sometimes it's not as bad as it sounds, but from what we can tell from talking to police and seeing the response and hearing your story, this sounds brutal.
Yes, it was bad. Correction, I'm not Special Forces. I was in the Marine Corps.
Oh, sorry.
But it was bad. You know, it was multiple people hit, a lot of people shot. The area that we had for medics that was set up for the event was completely flooded with people. I myself carried, with other people, we carried at least 4 or 5 people to the EMT area.
Were they shot and all of them shot, or were they hurt from other ways?
You had 2 people that I know for sure that were trampled. A few others, like I said, the one gentleman was shot top of the head, another gentleman was shot in the leg, a lady was shot in her side. There was another lady that caught another round to the side of her head. It was an ugly scene.
And now we're hearing from a high level. I've been told a police officer was shot. Again, a lot of stuff is still fluid, that the gunmen, and maybe 2, were shooting from possibly as high up as the 30th floor. Have you, being former military, do you think did it seem like it was coming from above?
Well, what we were told from what everyone heard was the shooter was coming from the Mandalay Bay on the 20th floor.
Okay.
They said that cops seen where the actual spectrum light was shining from where whoever was shooting, and then he said it was another shooter that had made his way over to the Tropicana parking lot. Somehow he made it inside the building. So
that's just down the street. Again, we're hearing all sorts of different reports. This may or may not be true that he made it down there, but
no one's talking to me.
The other thing I want to ask you also.
No problem.
Sorry, yeah, someone talking in my ear. Also, when you saw these people coming in and out, I mean, how many ambulances have been leaving? I mean, what's it been like the last half an hour, 45 minutes here?
I would say about anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes, you're looking at anywhere between like 4 to 5 ambulances coming in and out.
Okay. Brennan, appreciate your time. Will you leave your information with our producer, if you don't mind?
Yes,
okay, guys, we'll show you. Kelly, I'm going to show you where we are. We're on Reno, right here, Reno Street. If you look right here, you can see every side streets. I'm sorry, you were talking a minute ago. I got a little bit of interruption because of the way the audio works here. But you can see there's police officers here. They're coming in with tactical gear as well. They're going door to door in this area. Here's one right here. Tactical gear. We're going to walk this direction towards the Strip. We're now in an area that they believe, they've told us is safe, but obviously to stay back from them. So that's what we're going to do. But this is an area, if you look over to my left here, Kelly, we're one block up and 1 block to the east of the Mandalay Bay. That's it right there. The concert, we're told, was taking place right across the street. Route 91 Festival, we're told it was the final song Jason Aldean was singing. That's what here's some more people coming out right now. You're seeing scenes like this, people as they get released, coming out from the hotels, from the nearby areas around here. Of course, there's all sorts of places to stay. There's the Luxor, there's the Delano, there's, that right there is the Tropicana, and then the MGM off in the distance. Let's walk this way, Barnesy. Let's go see if these people just came out. I've met a number of people walking out already. Just asked them if they've taken helping people to get to safety. We know one of our interns actually is hiding in a nearby hotel. Did you guys just come out at the concert? Okay, they're coming out obviously.
Yeah.
We're gonna walk up this way, guys. This is Reno. This is Reno Street in Las Vegas. Normally this time of night is a very busy, crowded. Can I ask you guys a question? Do you mind? Were you guys inside the concert? Yep. I heard that Jason Aldean was singing when this started, that the fire was coming from, and it was chaos.
Yes, that is correct.
What was it like when this all happened? Where were you guys at? What'd you hear? What'd you see?
We were just on the rail enjoying the concert, and it sounded like fireworks. And then all of a sudden, everybody started scattering and gunfire, and people were running everywhere, and
it was chaos.
Complete chaos.
Where'd you guys go?
We got down along the rail and moved along the rail to the exit, and then we got back. I worked in the trauma tent for a little while. It was crazy. It was chaos.
We've been told a lot of people were shot or trampled, or there's a lot of injuries.
There were a lot of injuries. The rest of the information you should definitely get from the police.
What was the trauma tent like?
There was a lot of emergency medical personnel running around, walking around, treating everybody. There was a doctor and or nurse, and she took charge and triaged everybody. And then the ambulances started showing up and getting people out. It was run well. Those kinds of places sometimes aren't set up for that, so they did a good job with what they had to work with.
So it's been about an hour or so since this all happened. Where have you guys? You've been in the trauma tent the whole time? Have you been hiding out? What have you been doing?
He was in the trauma tent, and I was hanging out with a police officer in like a secure area.
Where are you guys from? You guys from here?
We're from St. Louis.
From St. Louis.
Just here on vacation?
Right.
Just for the concert.
Just came in for the concert.
Right.
I mean, surreal.
Absolutely. Surreal. Absolutely. And just chaotic. Just completely chaotic.
I'm glad you guys made it out, and I'm sure they appreciate your help in the trauma tent. We're going to keep walking this way, guys. Kelly, we're meeting people like this as you come down the street.
Yeah.
At 10:30 or so, our hotel was about maybe 2 miles up the street from here, off the strip. You could hear the sirens en masse, Kelly. I haven't heard that kind of response in San Bernardino, and it was just from every direction you saw sirens coming this direction. Eric Barnes, my photographer, we're going to walk towards the strip.
Okay.
Right now, you're walking right towards where Luxor would be, just to the left here. You can see there is a massive police response in every side street, as you might imagine. I've seen ambulances come and leave this scene from all directions. Again, 10:30 or so was when we started noticing it. We first got the call and made our way down here. Now, we're going to cut through this parking lot over here. It looks like they're setting up possibly some sort of command center to my left. But again, the Mandalay's over here, Kelly. Yeah. We've heard reports of a police officer being shot. We've seen tactical police officers in tactical gear going door to door in some of the businesses, telling people to get inside. There's guys right there riding in the back with the back of it open. There's a police helicopter coming right now, Kelly, so it's very fluid here. We're in an area that's considered to be secure, but inside the crime scene area. That's kind of like a dual layer, so to speak. There's one more layer outside where we are, where they're holding everybody else back. And then past where these police officers are here would be considered inside the actual location, where there are still a lot of uncertainties. Now, to my right here, Eric, show the right. That's where some people have said potentially, again, very fluid situation. We've seen this before with other breaking news attacks. Potentially someone may have gone into that hotel and been found or not found in the parking garage. That's some of the reports coming in. Some of the witnesses have said they've heard that. But we do know for sure the shooting that we can confirm came from the Mandalay and potentially the 20th floor. We've heard 32nd. The man from the security Brad we spoke with said it was 20th floor, former Marine, so he obviously tactically has a little bit of background on all this. And was able to talk about that a bit. You can see that over there's the Luxor, the Delano.
Adam, if I can just
Gotcha.
help to your reporting.
Go ahead, Kelly. Remember, they're on the perimeter, so we're going to move over. Go ahead.
Okay.
What's going on?
Move as they're telling you to, but we had heard from one gentleman who was talking to our affiliate out there before you arrived on the scene. His name was Zach, and he said that his sister where you're looking at the Mandalay Bay actually saw shots being fired from there, and like the gentleman that you spoke to who's with the security team, let me let Alan listen to this guy here first.
Can I ask you some questions? Yeah.
Other people's blood.
You got blood on you. That's not your blood.
No.
What? Tell me what you saw. Where'd this come from?
We were helping people.
We were just helping people.
That's all that matters. No, I understand. And I'm not. Just tell me what you saw, what you heard. That's all I care.
All we were doing is pulling victims out.
That's all we know.
Anybody
is that
that
we're
was
getting people out that we could, and
still
that's
breathing, we pulled out.
Still breathing. I mean, how many people are we talking?
Don't know. You gotta talk to the cops out.
No, yeah, but was it chaotic? I assume, right? I mean, what did you guys see? What'd you hear?
By the end of it, we actually managed to get most people calm. We were getting people out of the fucking event.
All we're trying to do is get everybody out, though, and that's
obviously
it.
country concert. There's a lot of people that are prior military, law enforcement, all that shit. We're just getting people out. That's all that matters, right?
What did you? Were you guys in there? Jason Aldean was performing. Tell me what you heard and how it all started.
It just started popping. It sounded like firecrackers.
And
everybody
then,
ran.
At one point, then as soon as
you just started seeing bloody people running towards you.
People need to start moving until Aldean got off the stage. As soon as he started running, is when everyone else started booking it.
So Jason ran off the stage, and then people started running themselves.
And then we calmed them down. We were just getting people out. We were just getting people out.
Yeah, we just did.
That's all we're doing.
Were you carrying people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We both were.
As long as they weren't,
right,
gone.
Understood. You were trying to help whoever you could that needed help.
Yeah, we're just trying to get people out. That's all that matters.
What are you feeling right now? I mean, it's got it.
Heartbroken. Because anybody I met tonight, I told them that I'm an American and that we're brothers just because we're American tonight. And we wanted to save everybody. I don't care if you're not.
Everything else is saying, we don't give a fuck.
All right, well, we appreciate it, guys. All right, we're gonna head this way.
All right, guys.
We're gonna head this way. Yeah, we're going over here.
We couldn't clear. Hey, guys!
So as you can see, there's a lot of different, because it's a country concert, there are a lot of former, as he said, a lot of former military here, a lot of former police as well. So you've got people that are trying to help. At the same time, law enforcement, as they get to these certain areas, they then will take over, of course, those areas and appreciate the Good Samaritans and move them back. There's an ambulance going right there, Kelly. You see another ambulance leaving the scene as we're talking here. We've got helicopters above right here.
Adam,
you can see right.
Away from Mandalay Bay.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, we're not going over there. Okay. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
I don't want you guys in the.
Yeah, we're not going. Understood. So appreciate
it. Just stay over.
Thank you for your help. You can see there's even some ambulances stationed over here as well, Kelly. Again, remind you, we're about a block north of Mandalay and a block in. I mean, you guys are being helpful, very helpful, making sure they get people all the way out of this area. But you can see even some of the stuff over here that was staged for the concert. These are still these are some of the trailers that were staged, Kelly. And there you see Reno blocked off by law enforcement. You can even see some of the flashing signs with proceed with caution, special event tonight, special event tonight, flashing over there in the distance. So people are still kind of coming out, Kelly. This is obviously very fluid, but by the sounds of it, this is a horrific situation over there, just outside of the Mandalay Bay Hotel. Just from the people you've spoken to alone, and from people we heard previously before you were able to get there on the scene, Adam, it is a night of chaos and heartbreak as we continue to follow the developments of this. Go ahead. Kelly, I'm hearing right now the official report is 2 dead, 24 injured. That number is going to change. We know it. We don't know how much it's going to change, but right now officially they're saying 2 dead, 24 injured. Expect that to change throughout the night, Kelly. That is the heartbreak that no one wants to hear, especially for an event that was supposed to be one of peace. And as the gentleman you spoke to earlier, Adam, the security officer, the former Marine, who said this, in his own words, this sucks. This was a peaceful event, and it's shameful that someone like this could come in and disrupt this kind of peace. Here's someone coming out with maybe a first responder. Can I ask you, sir? Can I ask you a question? Let me see. I want to approach these people, Kelly, very carefully. They've obviously been through a very traumatic situation.
We're angry.
Can I ask you a question? Just seeing how you're doing. Are you all right?
It's just nothing I ever wanted to see.
Can I ask you what you saw? I mean, obviously you
watching the concert.
You're watching
What more do you want? I was watching the concert.
Right. How bad was it?
Terrible. I can't. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay. That's right. So he's wearing his badge. He's a police officer from nearby, not from Vegas, and you can see his reaction, Kelly. You can see his reaction about how tough that was. I mean, he couldn't even talk to me. He's on the verge of tears. So I can't even imagine what he may have seen inside. Barnes, you want to go left? You want to go right? Okay, we're going to go right this way, Kelly. Obviously staying back from where they have us, or where they have it cordoned off. You can see multiple helicopters in here now. These are law enforcement helicopters surveying the scene from above. At this point, they still haven't said the immediate area around the Mandalay has been cleared. They have not cleared that area around the Mandalay. That's why we're staying back a little bit from the Mandalay. We're on the corner of Reno, and I'm not sure what this other street is, but it's basically just a half block off of the Strip.
And Adam, as you know, on a typical night in Las Vegas, that's true, it would be crowded with a lot of people, even families being out there packed, enjoying the evening.
Yes, Kelly, we were out. You know, it was a warm evening. It's the end of summer. Obviously, summer's over, so but you still have warm nights here. We were out. I got dinner at 8 o'clock. It was not far from this area. We went back, and there was people walking in every direction on every street. The concert was down here, so this area was kind of off limits, just because traffic was kind of miserable. But you can see that the signs up here, proceed with caution. Special event ahead. That was from tonight's concert, and that's this is what we're seeing right now. This is the actual response location, Kelly, right here on Reno.
Yeah.
As you're walking down here, you're seeing ambulances. We're obviously mindful of the situation, so when we do approach people and everything, Kelly, obviously we do it very carefully. People have gone through a very traumatic experience this evening. We're gonna cross streets over here. You can see ambulances have come in, mutual response is coming from all over.
Yeah, Adam, we're told that hundreds of police officers and emergency personnel are there right now, and just as some of your witnesses have said, others have talked about what they've seen in terms of the sheer horror of what unfolded there tonight. One person responding.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Kelly, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of where we are, too, for people who've been to Las Vegas. The southern part of the Strip is right there. That's Mandalay Bay. That's where the shooting, we're told, took place, at least possibly from the 20th floor. Next door is Delano and Luxor. Going up the Strip this way, you'll see over here, obviously, New York. MGM is right there, and we have Tropicana. And we've got people obviously walking around that are in various. It was the end of the concert, so you also have that to bring into effect here. You've got folks that have been drinking, and you add that in with all of this, and it makes it even more chaotic. At the end of the concert, 10:30 at night, the place was packed. From what I've been told from witnesses I've spoken to directly, Jason Aldean was finishing up. He was the closing act, and when he started running, right when the shooting started happening, the place went basically crazy. It went chaotic. There's no other way of putting it.
Adam, we're going to be pausing for just a moment.